Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With news, it's all about central bankers today as the Northern Hemisphere gets its final burst of summer holidays. At the end of this week, most major central bankers will meet in Jackson Hole, Wyoming for their annual shindig. All eyes will be on Janet Yellen looking for US Fed signals. Many of the next level down players have been talking recently, and the most recent has been Yellen's deputy, Stanley Fischer. "We are close to our targets," he said overnight. "Looking ahead, I expect GDP growth to pick up in coming quarters as investment recovers from a surprisingly weak patch and the drag from dollar appreciation diminishes," he said. However, he did not explicitly give any views on interest rate outlook. And staying with central bankers, India has a new Reserve Bank boss. It is Urjit Patel, another former academic, Kenyan-born and known as an inflation hawk. As India has an inflation problem, one likely to get worse as growth is pursued, this appointment will appeal to foreign investors. However, on that basis, it's hard to see why the Modi government pushed out his predecessor. In China, their transition from manufacturing to services has been a story for a while now, and we have chronicled its stumbles along the way. The story has been about its waning appetite for hard commodities, but global demand for hard commodities is just shifting, not falling. The countries of Southeast Asia are starting to pick up China's slack, and India too has capacity to do that. Which all goes to explain why China manufacturing is moving to close down capacity, while global demand for basics like iron ore are rebounding. But it's not like all China's neighbours are prospering with hard commodity focus. Mongolia in particular is suffering badly, and over the weekend raised its benchmark interest rates by an eye-popping 4.5% to 15%. In Australia, a rapid surge in Sydney housing auctions to the highest level in more than a year has added to concerns that the RBA cut to 1.5% has just reignited their property market. Cheaper money flows into property chasing capital gains. It does nothing for the exchange rate, despite what traditional central bankers might wish for. A useful lesson for Wheeler & Co. here. In New York, the US Treasury 10-year yield is a tad lower at 1.58% at the close in New York on Friday. The US benchmark oil price is still rising and now just under $49 a barrel, and the benchmark is just under $51 a barrel. 10 more rigs were brought into production in the US than last week, and that makes an increase in 12 of the past 13 consecutive weeks, a 20% rise in that time. The gold price was down by about $11 on Friday, now at $1,340 an ounce. The Kiwi dollar will start the week at 72.7 US cents, 94.4 Aussie cents and 64.2 Euro cents. The TWI is now at 75.6, which is sitting well above its average over the last 2 months. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.